On the visiting sideline, a look at the Panthers head coach. His side has won 2 in a row. Running the show across the field, the head coach of the 49ers. His guys with the crowd at their backs, and things only going to get louder once this game begins. Happy you could join us for this one. I'm Kate Scott with Brock Heward. Rookie Ryan Fitzgerald just about set. And Monday Night Primetime is underway. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. So now out comes the Panther offense for its initial drive of the game. They're led out by the newly minted Super Bowl champion, now in his 6th season, Jalen Hurts.
Hey, it wasn't a banner game he had last week, stuff in the stat sheet, but still one that falls squarely into the good territory. Had a couple touchdowns to make up for the 1 interception, and his effort was enough to be one of the pillars in their win, and certainly some momentum to build on today.
They get 19 on that pickup, and that's going to bring up a Carolina first down. A play fake, now Hurts to throw. That first down throw is going to wind up incomplete. Defender in the area making a nice play on the football. Now it's second down.
Incomplete. It's now second and 10.
They gain 11 on that play, and that's good for a Panthers first.
That's good for a Panthers first down. A gain of 11 on the play, and a Panther first down.
On the play fake, it's Hurts. The left side brought in by Hopkinson. And they shove him out. Looks like he got about 6 before they did so. It's second down.
Out of bounds at the 40-yard line. It's a pickup.
No play action. Here's Hurts.
Second and 4.
It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
It's third down and 4.
Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down. Panthers getting everyone set for the punt. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. So here come the 49ers now to take over for the first time. And bringing them out, one of 2 quarterbacks taken in the first round of this year's draft. Out of Ole Miss, it's Jackson Dart.
2 numbers that a lot of people were focused on from his performance last week. That would be 3 and 0, as in touchdowns and interceptions. That's a quarterback who was efficient, aggressive in the right spots, but he took great care of the football. And of course, he cares less about those 2 numbers. He's more about the alphabet, like that letter W, picking up the win in that ball game.
First down run, nabs him 5, now second and 5. On the ground again with Dowdle. He won't be able to get past the line, and very quickly, Brock, they could be facing third down to begin this ball game. Third and 4 coming up now.
A gain of a yard on the play brings up third and 4.
From the gun, here's Dart. It's on target to Williams, and he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
It's a gain of 8, and the 49er first down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another first and 10. Out of the gun this time, here's Dart. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5 at the 31-yard line.
They'll go play action. Here's Dart. Gets his tight end on the corner out. And in a blink, they are off to midfield before somebody manages to stop him.
And the 49er first down.
Here's Dowdle straight up the middle. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Brought to the ground by Cameron Bynum.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
That one finds Xavier Worthy. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. A good pass from the rookie out of Ole Miss, and it gets him a first.
That's another 49er first down.
The number's pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith.
21-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll run here with Tyjae Spears. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
A loss of 1. It's now 3rd and 5.
Darts out of the shotgun. Taken in by Williams outright. And defenders arriving in support to finish him off at the line.
Ryan Fitzgerald on for the field goal. A 39-yard attempt.
Fitzgerald sends this through. And that one is going to get them on the scoreboard.
I'd say all in all, that's the exact type of start this team was looking for. 2 possessions in, they've got the lead. Early momentum with that field goal.
Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. He lost the football. And they steal it back on the return. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. The 49ers looking at their first shot here inside the red zone. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 15. Dialing up a receiver screen. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainers heading out to take a look. Offensive line, this is 2nd and 4. The inside give to Dowdle. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
3rd down run with Dowdle. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Call it 1 yard there. Tough sledding the last couple of runs. It's 4th and 2. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Offense is staying out there, and they're ready to go for it on 4th down. They'll go. Here's Darts. And he had it, but no, can't complete the process of the catch, and they wind up turning it over on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. This one's to Hawkinson outright. And this one does not go far. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Shotgun snap for Hurts. His throw finds Marvin Harrison Jr. And he's going to be brought down after a gain of 5, right up next to that line to gain.
5 yards on the pickup.
It's a sneak. Hurts. He's fighting all he can, but won't get that final yard. They're going to have 4th down coming up.
It's weird to say, and it certainly won't show up on the stat sheet, but I want to give a lot of credit to that runner. Even though it didn't gain a yard, it actually took a heck of an effort just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Carolina in punt formation. That'll be the 1st and more. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. The 49ers and running back Rico Dowdle back out now. And midway through the season, you can see he's pacing the NFL running backs and receiving touchdowns. A real versatile player for them on offense. They'll start on the ground. Dowdle. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Gave away a couple on the 1st down run. Now it's going to be 2nd and 12.
At the 31-yard line.
Darts back to throw. Setting up the screen. He's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops.
Complete to Rico Dowdle. That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 4.
We're through one on Monday Night Primetime. Just 3-0 is our score. Back to Levi's Stadium right after this. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They have 3rd and 4 to start out. To throw, here's Dart. Big strike here to Williams. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. On first down, here's Dart. Finds the in route complete. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Dart gonna throw again. Finds him over the middle. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
A gain of 6. And the 49er.
We'll give it to Dowdle. He's running left. And he'll get this across. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers making it 9-point advantage. Well, Brock, he found himself some space to work, and from there, wow, all athleticism as he made his way into the end zone.
You got that right, Kate. Just that speed. You got to have some different gear when you get down here to the red zone. It's hard to score rushing touchdowns. And that running back sees the open space, he sees the green grass, and he finishes it off for 6.
Fitzgerald up and good on the PAT. And the 49ers make it a 10-point ball game.
Panthers nothing.
Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff.
Set to kick off.
Hartman with a return. He dodged the tackle. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Panthers and Brian Thomas Jr. readying for another drive on offense. And so far, with a chunk of the season gone, you can see he's been the league's most productive receiver in terms of yardage. Carolina offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Play action. Hurts has it. He's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when he saw the field. It's going to be 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Hurts now from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he gets this one up to the 40-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
It's a gain of 14 yards. And the Panthers, 1st down. A gain of 14. 1st down, Panthers.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
That is caught by Brian Thomas Jr. And he's taken down, but he's got it to the 29. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30.
That's another Panthers.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Kamari Lassiter getting up there to make the stop. 7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. Hurts setting up to throw. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game, so it's going to be 3rd and short coming up.
It's 3rd down and 3 yards to go.
Back to throw, Hurts. He's going to run for it. Jukes away from one. And he's going to be hauled down at the 2, and that sets up 1st and goal.
It's a gain of 21 yards. That's another Panthers 1st down. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up.
A loss of 3 brings up 2nd and goal at the Niners' 4-yard line.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Pressure's there, and he goes down again. Quickly, their chances at the end zone are running out, Brock. It's 3rd and goal.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Hurts now on 3rd and goal. And they get to him again. Well, after recording the sack, it looks like he is the one who's shaken up. We're going to get a stoppage here as he gets looked at. Matt Gay on to line up this field goal. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Gay's kick is good. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead's 7.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team is out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
He fields it from the 8. Escapes a defender. And the tackle's made as he gets it out to the 32.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
San Francisco to the line. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Dowdle. And he stopped after picking up 9, so they're set up well here with 2nd and 1. Now after battling on that run, we see one of their linemen appears to be injured and in need of some attention. First down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1. There's Dowdle again. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You know what I love about that play call? It's simple. Nobody overthinking on the sideline or out on the field. Just an offense going to work and moving those chains.
Going to the ground again on first. Solid gain on that play, Brock. That's 5 yards. It's going to be 2nd down.
The tackle made just shy of midfield. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Going down on a run. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 1. It's now 3rd down and 6.
To the air on 3rd and long. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
And the 49er, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Going on 1st down. It starts. Right back to Worthy. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And that means it'll be 1st down, San Francisco.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
From the red zone now. And he's going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers take a 13-point lead.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
This is Fitzgerald trying to tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the 49ers double their lead to 14.
17. Panthers 3.
Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. All right, and in the end, Brock, this is going to make it out to the 30. The Panthers and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And this game has really been a great audition for him, Brock, to show off how well he can do as a runner. I think we could argue that his work there has actually been his early calling card in this one so far. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front. It'll be second down and 9, but not just yet. It's only a couple of minutes to go in our first half. More on Monday Night Primetime in just a moment. Hurts looking to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
5 yards on the pickup. And this is...
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, but because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
And he's got this fair catch right along the 12-yard line. Now out comes the San Francisco offense. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. 49ers to the line. 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Dart. He takes it himself. What a hit, and the ball's loose. Picked up by the Panthers. They had a nice chunk after that recovery, and they're going to take over inside the red zone. Well, where one defender failed, Brock, another succeeded. He shook free of that first tackle, but the next guy not only made that hit, but knocked it loose as well.
Okay, as we saw when he broke that first tackle, he can absorb a shot, right? He's got great, what they call contact balance to absorb it and keep going. But that second hit, well, that drove the ball free and leads to this takeaway.
The Panthers and Brian Thomas Jr. ready for another drive on offense. And he's in the midst of a phenomenal season. Right now you can see he's 2nd in the league in touchdown receptions. Dive play straight ahead. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Panthers make it a one-score game before halftime. He broke the tackle he needed to, Brock. And how about that effort then to keep it going and eventually reach that end zone?
Yeah, that's awesome on the offensive side. Defensively, not every missed tackle is the same. It may be on a stat sheet, but sometimes that help to finish a play isn't arriving quick enough, and you're the only one, the last line of defense. And in that moment, you got to scratch, you got to claw, you got to tear to make the stop. Because a broken tackle can mean a touchdown.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Return coming from the 6. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The 49ers and running back Rico Dowdle back out now. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. On 1st and 10, here's Dart. Has him on the quick hitter. They're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first.
1st and 10.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. Pride connected with Xavier Worthy there. And now they face 2nd down.
Marlon Humphrey on the coverage.
Darts out of the shotgun. He's going to tuck it and run. He's going to bring this down to their 35. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
21 yards. And the 49er first down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
I mean, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass. And then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of...
And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Has room down the left sideline. And the Panthers get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
You know, I can still hear the call all the way up in the booth. Okie, Okie! That's what that whole defense screams after an interception, and you see everybody getting involved. That nearly went for a house call. Just an incredible effort by that offense to run it down. But even with that, they will take that Okie any day. What a huge pick in return for that defense.
Here come the Panthers, taking over late in this first half. And talk about a dream position, Brock. Heading out with first and goal waiting for them. They'll try and punch it in. And they'll take this ahead for 7. We've got 2nd and 3 now. Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal.
A gain of 7 brings up 2nd.
Gets it again. And he does not get in. They stop him at the 1. Panthers moving quickly, trying to get set at the line.
A gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
From the gun on 3rd down. Hurts. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. A close game is going to stay close, Brock, so long as plays like that are being made in big situations.
Yeah, in these tight games, you got to have your defense making plays just like that in the red zone. Here we got a defender in particular coming through with a big hit to keep points off the board. And with that one, you're going to see some salty, foul moods in that locker room. You hate all turnovers, but that one led to 3 points, and you hate those even more.
So it goes for a touchback. Let's see what they decide to do with the time they've got remaining here.
At their own 35-yard line.
They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. Just 2 seconds left in the half as we get a timeout. Here's the final play of our first half. One final shot before the half. Brings in the lob pass. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. So we have a one-score game here at the break. Now it's time for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Scott Hansen, take it away.
Our trip through the NFL starts now. In the Windy City, the Bears at home to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it's the vaunted Steelers defense that comes up with the big play here. They force the fumble, ball's loose, and then the presence of mind to scoop it up, and he wants to score. He will. Touchdown. The Steelers keep it rolling.
The Panthers kick team out there now as they send it away. As this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The 49ers and running back Rico Dowdle back out now. And they take the field in good but not great shape, Brock. They've got that lead, but no doubt they'd love to see it grow.
Yeah, and just having the lead does take some pressure off. It doesn't change the sense of urgency. It's always on tilt in the NFL. But it should allow them to operate a little more freely.
First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now Dart. Finds his man. It's Worthy. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
A gain of 6. And a 49er first down.
1st and 10. Here's a run to Dowdle. Went in there full steam ahead, but he ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that one.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Out of the gun this time, here's Dart. Hits his running back. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 2.
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. He finds Worthy, complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
5-yard gain on the play. And the 49er first down. First and 10.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. Dart's looking to throw. Finds his man over the middle. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and
This is Dowdle on second down. And they make the stop. I'm going to say at about the 37-yard line. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first. New set of downs from 37.
49er first down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
On first down, here's Darks. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball stays at that 37. Here's second and 10. Here's Dart now. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. Panthers pick this one up into the red zone. And Carolina makes the house call. Touchdown. The Panthers take the lead right away in half number 2. Like a freight train leaving the station after scooping up that fumble. Oh, he got moving on his way to the end zone, Brock. Nice hustle from the big man.
Is there anything more fun than seeing these big old human beings get their chance to get on a scoreboard? You see how it just ignites everybody.
Gay to add the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Panthers push their lead to 3.
49ers 17.
Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The San Francisco offense headed out to take over. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
No gain on the play.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
They'll go play action. Here's Dart. And this one's not going to connect. Knocked away, and that failure to connect, Brock, means it's third down. Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line. Third down now. Here's Dart. Lobs this one deep down the left sideline. So the heave knocked away from the intended target. That brings up fourth down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
Fair catch, but we can see both a flag and a punter on the ground. Let's see if this is a call for 5 or 15 yards. Thought he had a chance to block it, but he ends up wiping out the kicker instead, and that's going to award their offense a first down. On play action with Darts. Left and Otten makes the grab. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down.
No gain on the play. Second and 10.
Dart going to throw again. Finds him on the slant. And give him the 47-yard line, Brock, as he's nestled up right near that first down marker.
Gain of 9 brings up third.
On the sneak, here's Dart. And he's going to be touched down as he gets him enough to pick up the first down.
It's a gain of a yard. And the 49er first down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Dart setting in the throw here. Finds him over the middle. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that gives the 49ers the first.
49er first down. First and 10 at the
Now he'll throw off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that sack quickly changes the tone of this series, Brock. It's second down.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Working now from the gun. Completed over the middle. And they bring him down around the 34.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up third.
Third and long for him here. Oh, he's going to run for it. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
It's a gain of 25 yards on the play. That's another 49er first down.
From the red zone now. Drops back. Needs an open man. So the incompletion on first. Here's second and goal.
Brings up second and goal.
Here goes Dart to the air. That one's incomplete in the end zone. Last two passes haven't worked out. Another one likely coming. It's third and goal.
Brings up third and goal.
Here he goes. Third and long. And it's incomplete on third and goal.
Intended for Jamison Williams.
So a bit stubborn there, Brock. They just kept throwing for it after pass fell incomplete. Now they've got fourth and goal.
Yeah, and you and I both know what's going to happen when these old linemen run off the sidelines, big fellas. They're not going to be too happy about not putting one run on the board.
No, sir. Fitzgerald sends this through. And that will tie things up in the third.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. The Panthers and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And this is the type of game that's going to get people talking when people look at the numbers that he's posted running with it. Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. This one up to about the 27-yard line. That was Devondre Campbell making the tackle.
Brings up second and 8.
They'll run now on second down. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's going to bring up a Carolina first down.
38-yard line.
New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. Hurts on first down. Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Just a yard left to go on second down.
A gain of 9. Brings up second and 1.
Right up the gut. He's going to get this to the opposing 41.
And the Panthers first down.
All right, we've reached the final quarter of Monday Night Primetime. It remains tied after 3, so we're going to have to decide things in our fourth quarter. So first down from the 41. Hurts now from the gun. Completed left side to Thomas. And they bring him down, but not before he advances it all the way to the 20. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
21 more yards. That's another Panthers first down. A gain of 21 yards. First down, Carolina.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. No luck on first down. Here's second and 10.
Brings up second and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. He's got Brown on the slant. And that will not be enough for a first down.
It's a gain of 7. And this.
Hurts with it on third and short. That's the first down, and he's still going. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers take a fourth quarter lead. Gay to add the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Panthers break that tie and now lead by 7.
49ers 20.
The Panthers kick team out there now as they send it away. Fielded at the 7. And this drive will start inside the 25. The 49ers and Jackson Dart set to go back on offense. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Throwing on first down. It starts. And this one's incomplete. Too low as it skips off the ground. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it's going to be second down.
He was defended by Marcus Jones.
Throwing now off the play action. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. A good pass from the rookie out of Ole Miss, and it gets him a first.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Well, that is a well-designed route right there. He really made it easy to get that pass to him. Creating space, QB receiver, deliver.
Shotgun give now to Dowdle. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got second and 11. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL. But it also
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough third down.
10 yards on the play. It's now third down.
From the gun, here's Dart. Taken in by Williams outright. And this one won't get there. Looked good, but the stop is made just before he could get the first.
Big gain on the play.
Just about a yard to the markers. They're going to take the risk and go for this. Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. He connects downfield. And he has it to the 23-yard line as he's brought down. So a new set of downs. Here we go. First and 10.
First down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
The inside give to Dowdle. And they're going to be humbled here on first down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back, because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Xavier Worthy.
Intended target there was Xavier Worthy. So now it's going to be third and long. Out of the gun this time, here's Dart. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
A 4-yard gain.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
A 39-yard attempt.
Kicked well, and this is good! And that brings things a little closer here late.
Such a perfect example of a kicker just doing his job. And now it's incumbent upon that defense to give him and their offense another shot.
This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. Massive hit! The ball is out! And they steal it back on the return. And San Francisco takes the return to the end zone. Touchdown! The 49ers take a fourth-quarter lead. This to go up by a field goal here in the fourth. The point after splits the uprights. And the 49ers push their lead to 3. Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored. And with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut. Second down.
1 yard gain.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. Short pass brought in. And he's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down. New set of downs for him. He starts at the 38.
First down. It's a gain of 10.
They've got a man in motion.
And the Panther first down.
On first down, Hurts. That's complete. Here's Brown. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
4 yards on the pickup.
Hurts.
Second and 6.
Finding Brown back-to-back plays. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Got his man. Thomas has it. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for him. We've got 1st and 10. Hurts yet again. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
Hurts throwing again. That's low and bounces short of his man. I think it's going to be the last play before the 2-minute warning. He'll throw it. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Santa Clara. Panthers down by only 3. Desperation time here. Trying to push deep downfield. No good. The pass goes incomplete, and that lengthy drive ends with nothing but a turnover on downs. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. They run out still in possession of a 3-point lead, thanks to the efforts of their defense, Gronk, and now a chance to run out this clock.
And you do not want to put your defense back on the field in a tough position and needing another stand to end it. You take control of it. You make sure that defense is rested and celebrating, and hopefully you can pull out that victory formation.
Oh, Gronk, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. He gets crushed behind the line, and the ball comes out. Picked up by the Panthers. And the defense has come through. They're in the end zone, and that gives them the lead. Well, Brock, you and I know after that first turnover they were able to take back. They were looking for another one, and lo and behold, they found it.
You felt it. I felt it. Yep. Everybody in the stands felt it. It wasn't just good enough to get the takeaway. They wanted to one-up what they did earlier, and look at the celebration now.
Well, you can't do that. Got to avoid hitting the kicker. And because of that, the kickoff will be coming from midfield. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers and Jackson Dart set to go back on offense. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Setting up to pass. This is hauled in by Allen on the right side. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up
Here he is to throw. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Bronk. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches. But the heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one, where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
He was defended by Marcus Jones.
Here he goes. Gotta have this on 4th down. Man downfield. He's got it. It's Worthy. And they're going to bring him down, but not until he gets it down to their 32-yard line.
And the 49er.
He'll look to throw it. He'll try and run this. And Dart's got him a fresh set of downs there as he slides to a stop. San Francisco calls it 2nd timeout. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Will he? No, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game.
A 9-yard loss. It's now 2nd and 19. At the Panthers.
Darts out of the shotgun. Defender's there, and he forces the incompletion. Good play to bring about this 3rd down.
Xavier Worthy. Incomplete. It's now
to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. All right, down by 4. They got to have this one on 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
throw. No good. The pass goes incomplete, and that lengthy drive ends with nothing but a turnover on downs.
Result of the play is a turnover on downs.
Design keeper here for Hurts. So it's the Panthers who take this one on the road. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And Kay, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because